Hello, humans and monsters and other creatures. Savage is here, coming back with a new part of What If Deku Had Air Cannon. And let's just get right into it. Now, where we last left off, Izuku has lost control into his father, All For One, and right now, All For One is standing in the body of Izuku in front of none other than, of course, first of all, the dead body of the successor of One For All, Mirio, under his legs. In front of him, Night Eye, Eraserhead, and Eri with a couple other heroes, as he said, "Now, who will be able to stop me?" As after that, immediately Night Eye said, What the hell is this? This is not what I saw in my vision. This is impossible. Mirio's supposed to win." As after that, immediately, All For One said, "Oh, supposed to win? Are you seriously thinking that your little successor of One For All will be able to win, Night Eye? Oh no, Night Eye, you really disappointed me. I was expecting a lot more out of you, especially with your ability to see into the future, which really make me wonder, what will gonna happen if I fused your quirk to see the future with the quirk of Eraserhead to erase quirks? I wonder what could that possibly make out?" As after that, Eri said, are you okay? Why are you acting so evil?" As after that, All For One looking down into Eri and said, "Oh, little Eri, sorry, but Izuku is no more, it's only me. Well, maybe my voice is quite young, but it's really great feeling, the ability, all this power in my body. I feel it, I can feel it." I forgot how it feels to be alive. So fucking alive. As after that, All For One getting a hold of his right arm and rip it out of its place, throwing it in front of course, Night Eye. As after that, he's just seeing the hand of All For One start to regenerate. And of course, he's inside Izuku body. And I will just gonna refer to him as All For One because this is not Izuku. As after that, All For One said, "I can regenerate like nothing else. These stupid injuries are nothing to me. They are basically like scratches." Oh man, and there's no All Might to stop me anymore. I'm gonna fucking kill this whole existence. As after that, Night Eye and everyone else getting ready to fight, and immediately All For One said, "Oh, you're getting ready to fight? Tell me, what can you possibly do against something like this?" As he holding his right arm into the side and throwing an air cannon with only 70% of his power, destroying everything that it was by his right side. And after that, Night Eye and everyone seeing a giant crater on the right side of All For One, even coming to break on the ceiling, showing all the buildings and everything out from the underground hideout. As after that, they are just getting scared and Eri hiding behind the leg of Night Eye. And after that, he immediately said, "So, what can you do, Night Eye? Your filthy hero All Might is nowhere to be seen, and everyone has already know the truth about his pitiful form. This reality, this whole existence that you were trying to save so foolishly will now be no save out of my wrath. I will gonna be up there watching you down here, just like little insects waiting to be crushed under my legs, and I will gonna do that with a big smile on my face. All of you, all this world should be scared out of me just because I am here right now, and All Might is nowhere to be seen. So what can you possibly do, especially after I got One For All? Just tell me, what can you possibly do?" Sorry, it's just I didn't had so much fun since lots of time. As after that, Night Eye just trying to see anything in front of him, to see into the future, but the only thing that he can possibly see is All For One killing all of them. As after that he said in his mind, damn it, we should run away. There is no way we could defeat him. As after that immediately he said, Eraserhead, take everyone out of here and take Eri too. I'm gonna try to holding him back. As after that Eraserhead said, what? Oh, holding me back? There's no need to do that, believe me. I will just gonna leave. As after that he turned around and started walking away, while Night Eye said, what? Are you just... Well, yeah, I really so excited to use this power, but using it here will not be the best thing to do. I want to use it on a bigger scale, in a giant place where everyone can see me standing. And do you know where is the best place to do that? Oh, wait, I know where it is. UA, the place that made the #1 hero All Might, the place that having the future generation of heroes, all of them will just gonna be scared on their lives, shaking under my knees. I really forgot what a great feeling that is, to be there in the fighting arena, fighting for your life. But the only difference that will gonna be right now here is that I'm gonna fight for the sake of enjoyment and the sake of control. As after that immediately a purple portal opened up in front of him, as none other than the butler Kurogiri stand up and coming out of it. As he said, Master, is that you? As after that All For One said, Kurogiri, it's nice to hear your voice again. The plan has worked. Now let's just get back into the hideout. Right away, Master. As after that All For One said, oh, and Night Eye, make sure that All Might know everything about what happened here. And also, as he immediately using his quirk activation tentacles, wrap it around the dead body of Mirio and immediately throw it into the body of course, Night Eye in front of him. As he said, make sure to show him this, a little fragment of what I can do right now. See you around in the future. As after that he just stepped into the portal and teleport away, while everyone's just scared, and of course Eraserhead and Aizawa just saying, what can we do now? He took one for all and Mirio is dead. Midoriya is right now dead and he took control over his body. Was that All For One? As after that Night Eye said, this was All For One. This was his plan from the beginning, to use Midoriya as a meat shield, and after that just taking one for all and just taking control over his body. Damn it, we should take we should call for every single hero that we could possibly call for. This is a big problem. We should call the emergency right now. Eraserhead, let's go back into UA. And for you, Eri, come with me. I need to talk with you for something. As after that, of course, Night Eye taking Eri with him, and everyone just leaving the place. And while that happening, in the hideout of the League of Villains, All For One steps out of the portal after finally Kurogiri closed it behind, as he said, hello everyone, it's me. As after that immediately, Toga seeing Izuku in front of her, as she said, Izu, how are you? But when she coming closer into him, and before she managed to hug him, she see a weird look in his face, as she said, you're not Izu, what have you done to him? As she taken a knife and put it into the neck of All For One, as she said, what did you do to my Izu? Tell me. As after that immediately All For One said, hey Miss Toga, sorry but I'll have to tell you this, my son is kinda dead right now. As after that Shigaraki said, so the plan has worked, Master? As All For One said, yes Shigaraki, it worked for the fullest as possible. Now I controlling his body and there is nothing can possibly stop us. As after that Shigaraki said, that's a great news, Master. I'm happy to see you so strong. As after that immediately All For One said, thanks Tomura. Now we should prepare our attack, because the heroes will gonna know that I am in control right now and they will gonna attack us, so we need to prepare. to finally destroy Japan. As after that, immediately Dabi said, "So you are the big guy, huh? All for one, all for one, I believe." As after that, all for one said, "Yes, Dabi. I hope that you are not sad that you lost Midoriya. I mean, you weren't really his friend, but I hope that you are not so sad." As after that, Dabi said, "Well, I really doesn't. Whatever. Just try to not do too much destruction, alright? I want Endeavor for myself." As after that, immediately our friend said, "Sure thing, Endeavor is for you. All what I need to take is Japan. You can have and do whatever you want with Endeavor." As after that, Toga coming back sitting on her chair and said, "You're not Izu. I doesn't like you. I'm getting out of here." As after that, all friends said, "Please, Miss Toga, there's no need to get angry. I mean, maybe Izuku is not here, but you still can get the things that you want, the life that you want to do, whatever you want, if you stayed with us." As after that, Toga said, "No, I doesn't want to work with you. You are not Izu. I was here just for Izu and freedom, and you are not Izu, and there is no freedom anymore, so I'm leaving." As after that, immediately Toga just leave the place, and Shigaraki said, "Should we leave her, sensei?" As after that, immediately all friends said, "Don't worry, Tomura. She will not be a big problem in our plans. Let her be. It's really not the biggest problem ever." As after that, immediately, of course, Twice said, "Hey, you are not Midoriya. I'm leaving too." "No, I'm not." As after that, Twice left too, and he said, "Well, that is actually quite a little problem, but no worries. I can make a couple of clones if I want. Anyways, I'm gonna go to talk with the doctor for a couple of minutes. Shigaraki, you and Kurogiri, try to collect as much as possible of villains. I will gonna make a couple of calls." As after that, Shigaraki just nodded his head, and all for one going into his room as he meet there with Dr. Ujiko. As Dr. Ujiko said, "Sensei, is that you?" As after that, immediately all for one said, "Yeah, it's me, Dr. Ujiko. So, it seems that the plan have worked finally. I'm controlling this." But before he managed to continue, he just looking on his hand as a giant air cannon going directly into his face, chopping it out of it, just ripping his face out of his place and cutting his head. As his just, of course, all for one head just fall on the ground and start rolling. As immediately the doctor said, "Oh, master, what the hell?" As after that, the head start to regenerate, and when it's regenerate, he all for one having a weird look on his face, a little bit of a concerned look, as he said, "It seems that down there Izuku's still alive quite a bit. He managed to shoot an air cannon into my face, but he knew that it was about to kill me, but even then he decided to do it. Well, I think we're gonna have some problem with this, but for now, Dr. Ujiko, can you please upgrade this for me? Upgrade this body a little bit." As after that, Dr. Ujiko said, "Alright, sensei." As after that, Dr. Ujiko just putting all for one on, of course, somewhere on a bed and start doing some things like, first of all, and most important thing, taking the the tracking device that was on Izuku heart out of his chest. Second of all, starts putting some other quirks of all for one back into his body, like some important ones like airwalk and life spam and other things like that. As after that, finally, all for one stand up and said, "I feel great. I feel like I'm finally complete." As he said, "I feel like I'm really 100% complete." As he started flirting one for all around his body and said, "Finally, one for all inside my body. It's really a great feeling to feel myself complete again." As after that, immediately Dr. Ujiko said, "So, sensei, when are we going to attack the heroes?" As after that, Alphonse said, "Let them collect themselves a little bit. I want to see what they could possibly do. Could they possibly defeat me or not? I want to see what could they possibly do after I took one for all and everything that I have. and also killed their successor and everything. All Might is nowhere to be able to help them, and there is no hope for the heroes, so give them a minute to collect themselves and let Shigaraki collect his army of villains so we can do a full-on attack on Japan, and also prepare the Nomos and call Giganto. As after that the doctor said, "Alright, Sensei," and immediately All For One going sitting back on his chair and said, "Finally, after all these years, I got what I wanted. After all, I always do the right thing. What do you say, doctor?" As after that the doctor just nodded his head, and immediately we cut into All Might that right now he's just throw a cup of coffee into the ground and said, "No, no, 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 this can't be. What the fuck is going on here? You can't be serious, Night Eye. You can't be serious." As Night Eye said, "Sorry, All Might, but this is the truth. Midoriya was just a puppet for All For One. He used him so he can collect One For All, and after that just can get control over his body." As after that All Might started breaking more things and said, "No, no, this can't be. Damn it, I couldn't save anyone. What a fucking stupid sample of peace I am. Damn it. And All For One right now having a new body, a complete body that is much more stronger than his. A body that's suitable for all couple of millions upon millions of quirks, with his quirk All For One, and he also have my quirk One For All. Damn it, damn it, damn it. What should we do? What should we do?" As after that immediately Principal Nezu said, "Well, I called for some help in America and other places, but for now we should wait for the help and collect as much as possible of heroes around the world. This is a big problem, and it will gonna be a war zone soon. We need to take every single person out of Japan to get them into a safer area, All Might." As All Might said, "Damn it, I couldn't do anything." As after that night I said, "Sorry, All Might, but it's really not your fault. You done all what you can possibly do, and don't worry. I'm sorry that it had to come up to this, but I think I have an idea." As after that All Might said, say it, Night Eye. I'm ready to hear any idea, no matter how crazy it is." As after that Night Eye said, "Well, you see that this happened where we were fighting against Overhaul in his hideout, and Midoriya was there, but we also managed to get the girl Eri out of there. And her quirk is called Rewind. He can rewind any living person into the point of being non-existence. You know what that means, All Might?" As All Might said, "Wait, you're saying that exactly. If we could use her quirk to rewind Midoriya into the point where All For One is nowhere inside his body, like deleting him out of his, mind, we could possibly get rid of All For One and getting Midoriya back." As after that All Might said, "Wait, that actually will be great. Are we really able to do that?" As after that immediately Night Eye said, "Yeah, we are able to do that. At least if we helped her train a little bit." As All Might said, "I'm really not happy to use a girl in this weird situation, but we really need as much as help as we could possibly get, so Night Eye, could you possibly train her?" As Night Eye said, "Sure thing. Alright, this is all what I have." And by the side of Mirio dead body. As after that Night Eye just looking down and getting angry, while All Might start tearing up as he said, "Mirio, damn it. We will gonna revenge him, and to make sure that we will gonna save every single person in Japan, not only a million people." As after that, of course, Night Eye looking into All Might and said, "Alright, All Might, alright." As he just touched All Might, and after that he looked into the future, as he immediately, his hands start to shake and said, "Damn it, damn it." As after that immediately All Might said, "What's wrong, Night Eye?" As Night Eye said, "Nothing, All Might. It's nothing." As after that Night Eye just leave the place. As let's cut back into the League of Villains. What the fuck are they doing right now? And specifically, let's go with Toga and, of course, Twice, as right now Toga and Twice are just walking down the street, and immediately Toga said, I can't believe that Izu has lost his body into his stupid father. I I really loved him. As after that, immediately, of course, Twice said, well, this is really such a sad moment. No, it's not. Is there any possible way we could get him back? No, maybe that's wrong. As after that, Toga said, I don't know. Maybe we should... Should we go to the heroes and tell them about the hideout of our friend, Alfron or whatever? Or Shiggy? As after that, Twice said, are you sure about this, Toga? This will be a big problem. As Toga said, maybe we should do that. I mean, if they might have an idea how to get Izu back, and if they manage to get them back, I will gonna have him back, and then I can live with him happy. As after that, immediately Twice said, well, if that will gonna make you happy, alright, let's do it. No, this is a stupid idea, we should not go into heroes. As after that, Toga said, no, I think it's better to do that. As after that, immediately Twice said, alright, Toga, I am walking behind of you. No, I'm not. As she started going into UA. And while that happening, let's get actually into All For One. That right now he's just sitting on his chair, closing his eyes, and just, meditating. As he just looking inside his mind and seeing Izuku standing there, throwing air cannons left and right, trying to break into somewhere but nowhere at the same time. As after that, he hear the sound of All For One saying, what's wrong, Midoriya? Are you sad? As after that, Izuku said, you fucking asshole! You used me! As after that, he throw an air cannon into All For One, but nothing helped. He doesn't feel any pain. He's just intangible. As All For One said, oh, don't feel sad so much, Midoriya. I will gonna show you that this world doesn't deserve to be existed. I'm gonna destroy it all, and I will make sure that you will be able to see everything. Just know that at some point in time you will be nothing. You will just gonna turn into dust by the seconds. As Izuku said, what are you? But before he managed to continue, Izuku started feeling something on his face. As he started touching his face, feeling some sort of dust coming out of his cheek. As after that he said, oh, what the? As after that, All For One said, sorry, but with each minute that goes by, you're becoming nothing. You're becoming not existed, and I get in control. Sooner or later, you will turn into nothing, and I will gonna finally take full control over your body and rule this world into hundreds upon hundreds of years, and maybe even the whole world. As after that, Izuku said, no, you're not. I'm gonna stop you. All Might will. What could possibly All Might do? His successor, Mirio, have died, and I have the quirk, thanks to you. One for all, of course. And also, All Might is weakened, and he can't do anything. And there is no one to stop me. What could possibly go wrong now? As after that, Izuku said, you will see. Maybe they are heroes, and maybe they are sometimes idiots, but they know what they are doing, and I'm gonna fight you with each second from inside here. As after that, immediately All For One said, we will see about that, Midoriya. We will see about that. As after that, All For One just disappeared into thin air, while Izuku still constantly throwing air cannons left and right, trying to do as much as possible of damage, but nothing is helping. Nothing at all. As he just fall into the ground and start tearing up, crying, saying to himself, what the fuck did I do? I'm a failure. As always, I'm just a failure. Everything that I done until here, it was just a part of his plan. And I was just a puppet into him. How could I possibly be so blinded? How could I possibly been so idiot like this? As after that, he feel a gentle hand on his shoulder. As he looked back, and immediately getting shocked by what he see. But for now, let's cut into nighttime, and with Toga and Twice finally coming closer into UA, as Twice said, are you sure about this, Toga? This look like a stupid plan. No, it's not. This is the best plan. Let's continue doing. But before he managed to continue, Toga said, shh, twice. Let's just do this already. I want Izu back. The faster that we talk to All Might, we will gonna be able to get Izu back as fast as possible, and after that I can get married with him and live happy ever after in America with him and having a lots of children. As after that Twice said, I didn't know that you want to marry him. This is looking disgusting. As Toga said, alright, maybe Izuku will gonna refuse, but after he know that I'm the one that saved his life, he will be forced to marry me. As after that Twice said, alright, Toga, let's do this. No, this is a stupid plan, but immediately Toga said, shh. So, can you make that clone that I told you about Twice? As Twice said, you mean the giant clone of that person? As she said, yeah, that person. Can you please do it? As Twice said, alright. As Twice start making some clones of course, making one clone of Dobby, throwing flames outside of UA, as he just told him that he's really not the real one, and everyone blah blah blah, just making sure that blah everything. In the end, while Dobby is just throwing flames outside of UA, everyone starts noticing him, while Toga took some blood off, of course, Uraka, she still have some blood out of her. Immediately, drink it and turn into Uraka as she starts walking inside UA while Twice is just outside. And finally start walking down inside UA, hiding left and right, until finally someone seeing her and said, not Toga, Uraka, what are you doing here? As after that, immediately she turned around and said, oh, sorry, who are you again? As after that, immediately, she see in front of her Vlad, of course, the teacher of Class 1B, as he said, what are you doing here? You are a student in Class 1A, right? What are you doing in UA? And this time, as after that, she said, well, I was want to talk with Principal Nezu about some things. As Vlad said, really? Well, I think this is not really the good time, so maybe you should. But before he managed to continue. Toga immediately jumped on him and hitting him on the back of his head, knocking him off. Because she doesn't want to kill inside UA, because she want to, do some kind of a, work with the heroes. As after that, she just knock him off and start walking into the office of Principal Nezu. As she start knocking on the door, and Principal Nezu said, come in. As All Might, Principal Nezu and Eraserhead all see in front of them Toga. And while that happening, of course, the clone of Dabi has already been defeated by some random hero on the street. And he, just being a clone, Twice didn't make another one because he just didn't want to ruin the plan. As after that, immediately Ochako come inside the room and said, Principal Nezu, can I talk with you for a minute? As Principal Nezu said, what is it? Uraka, what are you doing in this time? And also, we have such an important thing here. As after that, she said, well, I know, but I need to talk with you. I think I know where's the hideout of the League of Villains is. As Olma said, wait, you know? As immediately Uraka said, yeah, I know, but when I tell you, I want you not to get surprised, alright? As after that, of course, Principal Nezu said, alright, we will not gonna get surprised. We already saw lots of things, so, as after that, Uraka said, alright. And after that, she take a deep breath and turn into Toga, as immediately everyone getting ready to attack her, but Toga said, wait, I'm here with a, white flag, as she starts, just holding a white flag in front of her face, just showing everyone that she's surrendering. As after that, immediately All Might said, what are you doing here, Toga? As after that, Toga said, I'm here to talk with you, to tell you the hideout of the League of Villains. As after that, Racer has said, aren't you a part of the League of Villains? As he have already thrown his scarf around her body to capture her. As she said, well, yeah, I was before, but I dropped out because that old man All For One has took control over my Izu, and I doesn't like it. As after that, All Might said, wait, you mean All For One that took control over Izuku body? What about it? As she said, well, Izuku is my boyfriend and he's mine, so he taking his body is really not the thing that I want. So I want to help you so you can get him back. You are a hero, right? So you're supposed to have some sort of an ability to get Izuku back, right? As All Might looking at her and looking on Principal Nezu. As Principal Nezu nodded his head and said, well, actually, we think that we might be able to get Izuku back. As after that, Toga said, "Great, so I will be able to help you. Please let me help you. I know lots of things about everyone of the League of Villains, the hideout, the Nomos, and everything. So please just let me help you. Pretty please. I just want Izu back. And also, I have Twice with me." As after that, Principal Nezu said, "What do you say, everyone?" As everyone's, of course, Aizawa said, "Well, we would need this information very much, but you should know that the moment that we that doesn't mean that you are not a villain. The moment that we will gonna get hold of Midori and get him back into his senses, he and also you and the rest of the League of Villains will be put into Tardress." As Toga said, "No problem, as long as Izu will gonna get back into his mind." As after that, All Might said, "Alright then, can you tell us what do you know?" But before she continued, she said, "But before that, I should call into Twice, alright?" As All Might said, "Alright. Where is Twice right now?" As after that, they immediately hearing a sound from the door saying, "I am here!" As they just see, of course, Twice being captured by one of the heroes, as he said, "Sorry, Toga, but they managed to capture me." "No, they're not. These heroes are just a bunch of idiots that doesn't know what to do right. And I'm very free right now. So, what's happening with you? Did they capture you too? Damn it, I knew that this was a big stupid plan. No, it was the greatest one. Now we can eat for free in Tardress. But the food is so disgusting there." As after that, Toga said, "Now this is Twice with me." And he is able to, copy and to make a copy of everyone's body. So you will be able to get like a clones out of heroes. And I think this will gonna be so helpful to you. He can explain his quirk better than me, so just let him talk. Maybe he's quite weird though, but he's also a good friend of mine." As after that, Twice said, "I'll be happy to help you, but I really doesn't know the reason why am I here in the first place. I mean, Toga want to get Izuku back, and I'm really, kinda was his friend, but at the same time not, but at the same time yes, but at the same time I liked him and I eat some, food with him, but I doesn't really know why I am here and I should be with the League of Villains to fight. Does that make any sense?" As after that, immediately All Might said, "Am I really this goddamn desperate to count on villains to save me?" As after that, Toga said, "Well, I mean, you lost your quirk. It was one for all, right? And also, your arch nemesis has got control over his sun body, which is basically much more stronger than his own body. And you are so weakened, and you already dropped out of being a hero. So, yeah, you're kinda need a lots of help. So I'm ready to help you as long as you promise me to get Izu back." As after that, All Might said, "Fine, we are getting Midoriya back. Just please tell us what you know." As Toga said, "Great." And after that, Toga and Twice start talking with All Might and everyone else, explaining what they know about the hideout of the League of Villains. But for now, this is Ungali Fitaf, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what they think about this part, and what they think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.